Good morning, friends. I hope you are all doing well. Today, instead of trying to tackle one huge job, as I normally try to do, I'm going to tackle a lot of little jobs. To my mind, tackling the small things equals one giant win. And we're going to start with some garden projects, so let's head outdoors. First things first, I need to plant out the year's supply of celery and parsley that you and I started together from seed during winter. The seedlings have been hardening off outdoors for weeks now, and it's high time I get them out of their seed tray prison and into the ground. Oh, look what I found. A carrot from last year, and it's in gorgeous condition. This can be part of my dinner tonight. Take out my irrigation. I grew carrots in this bed last year, and apparently several of them got left behind. I'm going to rake up this mulch. Oh, I see another carrot. So I am saving this straw to use as mulch once my celery and parsley become established. Finding these carrots tells me that I could very well have kept my carrots in the ground over winter and waited until spring to harvest them. I suspect some of you harvest your carrots just that way. Would you believe yet another beautiful carrot? The soil appears to be in beautiful condition, so I'm not going to fertilize this bed. Not today, anyway. So here I have parsley. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 parsley. Oh, beautiful root ball. I really love these reusable cell trays from Burpee because you can just pop the plants right out of them, and the cell trays are, you can put the cell trays in the dishwasher. They're really wonderful, super durable. Pops right out. I love that. Parsley grows to quite a hefty size, so my 6 or 7 parsley plants will definitely equal a year's supply of parsley for me once I have dried the herb. And on to the celery. You can harvest individual ribs of celery as the plant grows, or you can wait until the plant turns into a complete stalk and harvest the whole stalk. And the celery leaves are fun to harvest for chicken salad or tuna salad or vegetable stock, or really any stock. I may have mentioned this before, but I think the 2026 garden will be my biggest garden ever because I'm trying to grow a year's supply of onions and carrots and celery. And I have other things too. So I have 6 or 7 parsley planted, and I think 22 celery. Yet another carrot. This was a surprise harvest today. I have drip irrigation, but I always like to give my transplanted seedlings a good soak by hand right after I plant. I realize that I still have plenty of room to plant a row of radish seeds in this bed, and over here I could plant some French fillet green beans. I don't have seeds for either, so let's make a quick run to the local odd lot store. I think they have a lot of seeds there. As you can see, I'm still wearing my apron. I don't care. I'm making quite a fashion statement here. My favorite radish, looks-wise anyway, royal purple. Cherry bell. So my local odd lot had a lot of beans, but I was looking specifically for French fillet beans. You know, the very thin ones. They did not have, but they had cherry bell radish and royal purple radish. So we're going to plant some of those right now. And the great thing about radishes is that they are only 28 days from seed to harvest. I love you too. Does your dog help you garden? Mine thinks she's helping. I need to quickly water these. So I have celery and parsley and radish planted. That's 3 wins. Next, I have the snapdragons that you and I planted in winter and grew under lights. They are all hardened off. I need to get them planted. And the only space I have for them is the kitchen garden, which unfortunately is at the top of this hill. If you were with me when we did a full garden tour last week, you might remember that I showed you all of the snapdragons that came back from last year's planting. I was shocked. So I still have about 100 more snapdragons to put in. I'm going to try to squeeze as many as I can into this bed. Among the snapdragon varieties I'm growing are Chantilly Pink, Madame Butterfly Rose, Madame Butterfly Ivory, Potomac Lavender, Potomac Orange, Madame Butterfly Bronze, plus some standard yellow and white varieties. Snapdragons are probably my favorite flower for cutting. That's why I'm growing so many of them. Another win. The snapdragons are planted. Now let me show you the garlic. So here is the garlic that you and I planted together last October. It's growing well, but I see a lot of yellow in the leaves, which means the garlic is crying out for food. So I'm going to feed it some of this organic, all-purpose plant food. This is Espoma Organic 222. I'm removing some of the straw mulch from the garlic bed so that the liquid fertilizer can easily reach roots. I will replace the mulch after the plants have enjoyed this fine feast. Another win, my garlic is fertilized. Now for dinner tonight, I'm doing chicken with pasta and pesto, and I'm going to use chives from my lower garden for the pesto. And I want to have a salad, so I'm going to harvest some of this lovage. And then later today, it won't be in the video, but I'm going to make my own blue cheese dressing. I will save that for another video. I forgot to bring my clippers, so I'm just going to snap off some of these lovage stalks. If you've never had lovage, it's very similar to celery. Really delicious. And it makes a fine salad all on its own. So I have my lovage here. Now I need chives for our pesto. Going to run these into the kitchen. Going to give the lovage and the chives a good rinse. Into the refrigerator they go. I have not had my car washed in, I think, over a year. So it's high time I get that job done today. And after the car wash, I need to stop by Tierra Farm to pick up either pine nuts or almonds because I'm going to make chive pesto. And I may go to the berry farm to pick up rhubarb. I know some people wash their cars regularly. Since I'm the laziest person in the world, I generally put the job off until my car is no longer recognizable. By which I mean the car looks gray instead of black. Tierra Farm is my favorite source for coffee, tea, dried fruit, and more. You can shop here too. I will link the farm and a free shipping code in the description box below. Our next stop is the berry farm in Chatham. Unfortunately, I did not find rhubarb on this day, but I did find starts of my beloved San Marzanos, and that's a definite win for me. We can plant these out tomorrow. Well, I now have all of the ingredients I need for that chicken pesto dish that I told you about earlier. And I am so glad that we got the car washed and that we found San Marzanos at the berry farm. We're supposed to have a light frost tonight. My other plants outside will be fine, but I don't want to plant the San Marzanos today. I will plant them tomorrow. And now, as a small reward for some of the work we did today, I want to bake off some of the lemon snaps that you and I made together. When did we make them? Quite a while ago. And I froze a bunch of them unbaked. So I am going to bake them now and enjoy them as a little reward for this day. And while the cookies are baking, I need to vacuum the stairs. While I wait for the cookies to finish baking and for my water to come to a boil, I wanted to say that some days you just need a win. And today, I feel like we had a lot of wins. This is Darjeeling tea that I buy at Tierra Farm. And I wanted to mention that in the next video, we are going to make a field trip to another town and go antiquing and maybe thrifting. And I hope you will come along. And in the video after that, I'm doing 4 or maybe even 5 one-pot dinners. And I hope you will watch. I'm actually going to start filming the one-pot dinners tonight. And I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today as we accomplished all these little jobs that added up to a very huge win. And if you'd like to see more of what's going on around here, I can put a couple of videos at the end of this one. And if you are new, I hope you will subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, I hope you will share it with someone. Again, thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. And I can't wait to see you next time.